So this is the one that starts with a story. In 2012, I sold my house, my business, and 2/3 of my stuff and moved across the country to start a brand new career. My daughter called it the purge of 2012. What I discovered purging 2/3 of my stuff is that after my divorce, I bought a lot of stuff that I did not really need. Like a lot. What's worse, much of it I didn't even really like or even want. So why did I buy it? Honestly, to make myself feel better. A great deal of the stuff I got rid of was stuff I bought in the 3 to 5 years after I got divorced. The breakup of a marriage sucks, and part of recovery is figuring out who the non-married you is. So I bought new clothes, a new house, new furniture, and other bits and bobs that go into decorating a new house. All in the name of finding the new me. But let's face it, a lot of it I bought because buying something new gave me a little dopamine hit that made me feel a little better while I was going through the process of getting over my marriage. It was only years later, as I was going through the closets and storage boxes in the basement, that I realized what I had done and why I had done it. By the way, if you're new around here, I'm Michelle. I teach everyday women with everyday money issues how to manage their paychecks so that they can meet their financial and money goals. And a common goal for a lot of us is to stop spending on things we don't need or maybe even want. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's video, because I know all about it. And while you're watching, please feel free to leave a comment if you have any tips to share, because I'd love to know your story too. Now, let's be real. Who doesn't occasionally need a little retail therapy pick-me-up, am I right? The problem is when you're spending your hard-earned money on things you don't really need, or maybe even want, and subsequently blowing your budget. Spending on things you don't need is the first cousin to overspending. Totally related, but not exactly the same thing. Spending money on things you don't need, and maybe don't even want, i.e. impulse buying, is usually tied to an emotion. For example, you had a good day, so you want to reward yourself. Or you had a bad day, so you want to console yourself. Impulse buying isn't only caused by a bad day or a good day. It can also just be caused by simple decision fatigue. Your brain literally makes thousands of decisions all day, every day. This means by the time the end of the day or even the end of the weekend rolls around, girlfriend, you are tired. And tired brains make the easiest decision possible just to get to the next decision. This is why the fresh and perky 8 a.m. you absolutely intended to make dinner tonight. But the 7 p.m. exhausted you just wants food as quickly and easily as possible. Hello, Chipotle, for the 4th time this week. The occasional impulse buy because you need a quick pick-me-up is completely normal and happens to all of us. The important part is what you do after it happens. So like I said, I have definitely gone through seasons of my life where I did some major impulse buying. And occasionally, I still have those days when I just want to go to the mall and buy something. Because buying new stuff is fun, and yeah, it still makes me feel better in the moment. But I also want to build a financially stable life and do things like save money and go on vacation without having to put it on a credit card. So I came up with what I call Michelle's money rules. Money rules are the rules I live my life by so that I have a joyful life while I simultaneously work towards long-term financial security. These rules help me stay the course and also help me course correct when I need to. Your money rules will be different than my money rules, and that's okay. Your rules might change and evolve as you go through life. Mine certainly have. Here are a few of mine to hopefully inspire you. One of my number one rules: if it's still in the bag a week later, I take it back. I am allowed to buy all the books, and I am allowed to buy all the tea because they enhance my joyful life. I am allowed to eat out once a week, and I plan for it during my Sunday money date when I budget out my paycheck. And I'll link to a video about that below. The first and best way to stop spending on things you don't need is to recognize when it happens. Just like taking the cookies out of the shopping cart so they don't go home is the first step to meeting your weight loss goals. That's not just me, right? When we stop ourselves mid-credit card swipe, we stop the expense before it even happens. The second step to stop spending on things you don't need or want is to create an intentional spending plan. Intentional saving and spending are key components to creating a budget that works for you, your lifestyle, and the lifestyle you want to build for yourself. Recognize your triggers and then have a plan. Have some coping mechanisms. Phone a friend, go for a walk, journal out your feelings, put it in the cart, and then go do something else. This actually really really works. Buy a magazine and a cup of your favorite beverage and take a breath and some me time. Another thing is to learn to enjoy watching your savings accounts grow. Check it each week during your Sunday money date and make sure you give yourself a pat on the back for working towards your financial goals. Revel in how it makes you feel to watch your savings grow. I know, it sounds crazy, but it really does work. Take it a step further and journal out your feelings about watching your savings grow. And then mark that page in your journal so you can go back to it and read it when you're feeling bad about your financial journey or just frustrated with your progress. Okay, time to wrap this up. And I also wanted to let you know how you can learn more about using your calendar to plan your money. Intentional saving and spending are key components to creating a budget that works for you, your lifestyle, and the lifestyle you want to build for yourself in the future. So decide on your money rules, recognize your triggers, and then have a plan. Have some coping mechanisms. If you want to know more about how to manage your budget in your bill calendar, check out my class on Skillshare. Skillshare is a learning platform where you can learn everything from watercolor painting to how to build your budget in your bill calendar. Use the link below and get a free 30 days to check out my class and lots of others. If today's video was helpful, please like and subscribe. It really does help. If you liked this video, you might like this next one. And don't forget to come join the party over on Instagram or LinkedIn. Until next time, have a fantabulous week. Bye.